Welcome to the Willis Podcast. Yes, we are live. We are back. How you doing? How my people doing? Let me get my mic right. Okay. Let me make sure we are situated with the mic situation and everything. Yes, we are functioning well there. That's the Eat Me camera. We're a little bit slow, but we back in fact. Yeah. So check it out. Tonight's show is called Black Americans Are Natural Sociologists Show. Oh, have you ever thought about that? Yes, the Black American. Yes. Yes. Us. Us. Yeah. Straight up. So uh, this show tonight, it's about the Black American being that we are the natural sociologists. Check it out. Why do I say this? What you talking about, identity? Well, you think about it. It's our exposure. We've always been taken directly from, regardless if it was identity, regardless if it was ideas, everything, the concepts of our minds, the mindset. That's what the world is after. So they try to introduce other in different types of mindsets and ideology that actually they know so much about us. They say we have to introduce them to our dominant mindset, but they won't take it. They won't take the bait. But the world takes the bait because they say, well, look at them. You know what we know about them? And y'all say, well, they must be so great because they conquered them and they keep them in check. But see, that's another opposite tale. How do you think being enslaved ended? Specifically, how do you think it ended? It ended simply because there was a nation of people that were here and existed before we were so-called quote unquote conquered. But the infatuation has never ended. You see, what you don't really understand is white Americans love Black Americans. Absolutely, in every fabric of the way of being. But there's a connotation, the envious, and with the barbaric nature of learning to be civilized but not being very adept to being civil. So they do just like everybody else does globally because they learned it from who? The white Americans. How to take from them because you see how plentiful they are in knowledge. You see how their ingenuity and indigenous is to us and how plentiful they are in the lands of their lands. You see how good in nature they are. You see how they exchange with nature appropriately. See, this is what they don't know about themselves. They know one thing, and that's true. But the rest of the world has been so adept to lies. But the West are very truthful people. Well, how about not just West? No, because I don't want to be. I don't want to have you think that Europeans had anything to do with the indigenous Black American being civilized. That's just not true. That story should be written reverse. First of all, we're not from Africa, and second of all, we taught you how to bathe, not vice versa. Those are just the facts. I can give a damn what you think. Those are just the facts, and you know it too. You know, if you go to TikTok, you'll understand those facts too. And I haven't even gotten to my whip moments. So the problem is the jealousy and the specific elements of white domination really had to expound upon degrading the indigenous class, renaming, killing me by name, meaning not killing me so much by, yeah, you killed all my elders. That was very brutal and hurtful, destructive and despicable. That's how we lost so much. You killed the links and the keys, not knowing that they told you specifically. This is what the elders told you specifically. You may be able to kill me, but I will be here again. See, that's me. here to set the record straight so that you understand. That's why if I ever was to be taken to court by anyone that claims to be a Native American, you're not an American Indian. So therefore, I come before you chronologically. See, you didn't really kill the papers. You didn't really cook the books. You sold out, but you kept. You never even expected us to gain our memories back. That's why you look at us like that and say, you don't know who you are. Like, oh, you didn't got your memories back yet. You spit on us the whole time. That is just so pathetic and pitiful and atrocious. It's quite ill mannered, specifically ill mannered. So let's talk about these whip moments because I got a couple few for you. You know, I want to share. Of course I do, because that's why Black Americans are the natural sociologists of the world, and especially in our own country. Why do you think when Black Americans travel, when we probably go to other places, they finally let y'all out, y'all be looking at us like we crazy. We be smiling and happy. And after all the hell they've been through, they still happy. They so stupid. No, we're resilient. Stupidity is harping on what you have already made it out of. And then because you don't know the history of this country that you reside in, you don't know the hell we've been through. You just don't. We have so many sympathetic whites in this country. I just want to give a shout out. But you know what? Black immigrants find out about some white people. They figure out what they really need to know. White people can tell you, I take them over to you, but you are only here to serve the means of me. So that's why they'll throw you away audaciously. Because when we know one thing about white people, and white people know one thing about white people that are deceptive. And I say that knowing that all white people are not a monolith either. See? They're just not. No matter how much you want to believe that. That's why I ask you, that's why you're always concerned about Black Americans' relationship with white people. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. You don't understand that we have a very peculiar relationship. Some of us are very, very deeply and rooted in family. I know that's hard for some of you to believe, but how do you understand? How do you get so many biracial kids running around America and you acting like them people ain't having sex? So let's get to the whip moments. Let's be clear. We're gonna get to the whip moments so that we can, get to can cover some ground, okay? Because this is America, and I think a lot of y'all need to be educated on what and how to function around here. So let me give you a little lesson. Okay. Yeah, so first whip moment is deception and nonverbal communication. We can see little faces. You know how you got your little your little your mannerisms. So regardless of what you understand about anybody, know this and know this and know this for real. Your mannerisms, nonverbal communication is universal. So when you decide all that old shit, we got a version of it too. It's called we got that too. But see, the thing about Black Americans are we are far more honest. We don't hide our true feelings. That's why we are so you kind of nonchalant to like some of y'all be like, oh, he said that about white people. Oh my God. Be like, what is wrong with you? So you sent us through a shock too. See how that go? They go both ways. You like, how did he say those things? You like, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? You about to have a fucking seizure? You need to calm down, buddy. That's enough. That's enough. So we like, oh, I can't be around that person. They are far too. I don't know. Maybe they've been on these jobs so long they have coned it up enough so good. So they just say, hey, they all right as long as you know how to really deal with them. No, you know how to comb for them, and you know how to be a you don't even like your own damn people because you thought you made it, and because your logic is not shared globally, you in your mind, where's the problem? Where's the problem? Because in your mind, you think, well, they came from here. No, the fuck we didn't. You sent people here along with whites. Whites brought a lot of Africans here to tame us, as if we were the same. You were supposed to be an example to show you how we should be docile. And then this is where it started. It started on the slave field. People say it started in the CIA. That's bullshit. Some people say it started with COINTELPRO. Bullshit. These people were born and raised here and picked cotton and got universities for their hard labor and work to, guess what? Destroy the mindset of the native, black, American, Indian. That's why the whole world, that's why they got on the microphone through red planets and things of that nature telling, and then the Japanese and the Koreans and everybody say, black man, this is not your war. Black man in America, they weren't talking to no African. They know who that was. They didn't know the number. We didn't know the number that was done on us. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't understand the history of America because you never understood where you fall in line. When you understand what a foreign black person and how detrimental and how much damage they can do, you have to understand it started a long time ago. And these connections were embonded and in print the affairs of West Africa. You understand? Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben, all of them were, they had the fall in mind to stay alive. But when they started talking about the American black and who they were started putting in intricate little segments. If you look at Dr. Phil Valentine, yeah, he's a black man from America. Dr. Phil Valentine know when people tell the truth. That's when Top Cat got his whole flowers, man. Man got his flowers because he was like, yo, you didn't tell me I ain't the truth. Or then what I'm saying is a lie. Y'all better go back go back and I'm telling you, I'll just tell you where to go with the truth. Whether you watch Will This podcast, whether you watch a Foundation of Black Americans, Tariq Nasheed, salute, Top Cat, salute. I am not here to divide. I am here to set the record straight for real. What if the truth can be told at the same damn time? Because we have an audacious amount of stories, and they are not false. They are actual and factual. So you should listen instead of being so grotesque with your actions and your ways and your miscreant activities. Miscreant activities. You know what that means. That's a global term, miscreant. You should look it up if you don't know what a miscreant is, because a miscreant is always starting confusion, finding and nuzzling his way into something that you have no business in, but you feel like you do. That's what's wild and crazy and so bizarre. That's what's so bizarre about these said situations. It's pretty goddamn ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. So let's get to the next what moment because I can go on and on about that one, man. We're gonna bring that one to a rest. So that one was, that's deception and nonverbal communication. The disdainment is in your face. You're the only one that act like we can't see it. It's like being a child and creating a trick or doing a dirty trick on somebody and then acting like you don't know they doing it because they so slow. The joke's on you, buddy. No one else. So let's get to the next little moment. All right. Unwarranted chastisement. You have been studying us globally so long that you feel like I got news for how they act and how they behave. Just making us a monolith, making us all alike, not even understanding the trials and tribulations and the specific misinterpretations that we even had internally. Do we discuss these things? Not with you, because you have done enough exploiting. When we called on that, we said, oh, no, 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 we must do a better job. We have to. Because, damn, we are on the world stage, aren't we? So we just can't be people. We can never be human for you. We were never human enough for no one. We were always judged, called fellas, and criticized and treated like bandits and vandals. When that's never been true. We were a disturbed, colonized, distorted, destroyed people. Then it's almost like when you look at a Marvel comic movie or you look at something where you can't really kill something that powerful. It's going to take a couple of generations, but they'll be who they are again. And then we did it in record time. So that's your fear. When we finally know, you go quiet. We are who we say we are. Because even you call the melanated blacks from the East, they were exiled and expelled for being morally and ethically inclined. They wouldn't want to put up with you. Shout out to Avocado. Shout out to Mansa Musa, but shout out to Avocado. Mansa Musa was an extreme, what we call moral being. Avocado said, I'm done with trying to fix morality. I want to live in the basket of morality. I want to live in the fruit bowl of morality. With those copper colored people over there that says that they got it all covered. I love learning from them. That's where our ancestors are from. That's why I refuse to be here with these people. I go there with them. I know better. That's avocado. There was no record of him returning to at all. And that was the most recorded, richest man ever recorded on the planet because his brother left. It would have been avocado, but it became Mansa Musa. You should know your history. You should know who you are, Africa. Because avocado came to the Americas because he said you had no hope. I refuse to believe that because I've seen beauty in Africa. You're just a little slow catching up. But the hate, deceit, turmoil, and all of the shit that you hate out of me, it's not going to fix your problem. Coming here won't fix your problem, either. We have our own problem. And for you to come here and to become a problem, that's what you call. I know you know what this word means since a lot of y'all have converted to Christianity. That is what you call an abomination. If you know you are from a homeland that have a ton of people that have been misguided under foreign rule, and you go into a foreign indigenous person's land and treat him with every form of disrespect, that is what I call an abomination. That's an abomination, and you know it yourself. It's an abomination. So until you fix you, there will be no Pan-Africanism because it doesn't exist. That's a fairy tale. You will never, ever come here and never be called out about your indiscretions. And I know you learned that from your parents, and your parents have led you disastrously wrong, as well as a lot of other Easterners that don't understand, and some Easterners that actually know the true Amaruka copper colored tip of the spear people that feel America as being the dominant superpower today. They have always had the best thinkers, the best fighters, and they have always had the best builders and the best ingenuity class on the planet, and you know it, but you thought we got along. You believed the propaganda. You chose. You didn't recognize our plight or fight, even when you were here looking us in our face. You participated in the degradation, which you thought was working, but you started participating because you wasn't doing your job good enough. You started loving your life too good. Oh, so you just showed up in the voting booth to make sure you did your part to maintain the status quo globally of the lie and the trick on the time married, the always married people, the happy people that just work and love working. But what was the trick? What if they start working on themselves? Then it's up for everybody. So everybody jumped up and said, "Oh God, the shit is up. Oh, it's up. It's up. We have to reform. We have to do something else." Yes, that's what it is. The shit is up. I'll do part two later, but that's the real of this podcast tonight. I was going to listen to music with you and all that shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to convert to that. I'll do part two tonight, but I'm going to transfer the music. I'm giving out too much game. I don't bust y'all ass, but hold on. Check it out, y'all. Before we go, I just want to let you know that was only two whip moments. That was only two whip moments. So I'm going to do a part two tonight. But right now, I just wanted to chill. I ain't even going to go that hard. But it is almost 10 o'clock. So I tell you what, I'm going to play some music from Calypso tonight because I think that album is so. I'm grown. I'm grown. These men are older than me and spitting hot fire like this. I got to applaud it. I have to. And shout out to my homeboy, LaJarvis Brown, LJ. Man, I work with that cat, man. We've been friends for damn near 20 years, man. So shout out to my brother. He said, he said, Danny D, he said, I know you know hip hop. You are hip hop. You're a grown damn man, and you already, when you put me under that killer mic, you know what he did with that. He said, you know what got that kind of caliber and essence? This right here. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna start off a little unorthodox because you know who my favorite rapper is. But at the end of the day, I gotta give him Calypso props with this right here. And I'll be back. I gotta take a piss. Check it out. I'm gonna go camera off, and I'll be back. Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness. And not me, I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. It was in Elon's waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to church for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Gene and Buck needed forgiveness. I see you with the D's and stuff, both for fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired, but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I love you at night. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is when November's do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you. G finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different miles. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they scream. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they scream to pain. Your call was
was in the driveway. I knew you were home. By the third knock, a chill ran through my bones. Yeah. You miss mama. I guess I should have known.
I'm back.
Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her
Keep
go.
listening, motherfucker.
Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. Half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posting noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then? I can hear your voice now, I can feel your presence. Asking should I rap again? You gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world, let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips, damn I had a dad. Mine taught discipline, mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggle. Cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding base in the covenant. Words don't say, the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ear still ring. You told me that you love me. Oh. I love my two sons with the code to your phone. Now you home. Birds don't sing. Birds don't sing. Don't you fall in when they do it. The birds don't sing. The birds don't sing. They don't sing. They just spread hands. Like a baby that shit over and over again. Birds don't sing. The birds don't sing. They screech and pain. Oh, they screech and pain. The birds don't sing. Remember those who lost their mothers.
Listen to this shit, man. This shit is so dope, man.
They are every single moment that you have with them.
That's right.
You show them love.
That's right.
You show them love. You'll see. Said niggas must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Shut my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. This is culturally inappropriate. You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy obsessions. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession. Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than. Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate.
Right.
Crush you in pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. They can be valor amongst veterans. I'm watching your famous get relevant. We all in the room, but he's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element. And those lab diamonds under inspection. The question marks block your blessings. There's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Shut my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with check. gender truths. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads, you must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. They genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light, a good year full of free will. Truck car, tell me not to spare your life. You know, we get caught when you look side to side, like what did they say? And they ain't the Lord's voice, and then you realize that the government's talking to you. Flies back, my goodness has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind tied back. Then content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these tunes, there's rules I don't buy back. I top all these lists, where's my prize at? 60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires. Not enough shot that whole lot of browsers. My reinvention, I know you thinking how's it fair? You stream kings, but you never fit a crowd in there. Supreme team parallels when the powder clears. I seen things that I'm still not even proud to share. You Zeus Network niggas, you hear me loud and clear. Get these 5,500 to host the niggas out of here. Sand color Rolls Royce, we like Saudi said. The only Audi here is driven by my outfit. Ghost face with the wrist, bird falconer. Willie Falcone, trunk full of talcum here. Shotgun with your ex feels like Malcolm's near. Send a hit through a text, ain't no shouting here. Bypass in my A, too much crowd in there. I spend summers with connects, love that mountain air. POV kilos in my mind, back take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My goodness has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind tied back. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these things, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
Call me Mr. Brella, how I weather the storm. At 43 belly, I feel off like an orange. I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do. Little feature niggas threatening to sue. Tell your lawyer to set the fee. Not for worry doors, open up like it's therapy. That number ain't great to me. That money is crumbs. Bums. I'm not a tough guy. I'm a fly boy and biscuit trick dumb. Oh, nah, yeah, they will bust for me. Tricky niggas puzzle me. I could never buy a bitch a Birkin cause she fucking me. I got homes I ain't sleep in. The options, my nigga push. Keep dirty white moving like my space. They watching. I'm like white bitches the way I pop shit. I need God to play the lead in my biopic. The curse of the Z-Bowls when you become the devil or the type that's a Negro. I came to terms that I'ma probably outgrow my hero. Come get with me.
Kilos in my mind, back take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My goodness has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind tied back. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these rules, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at? If they had the way the operation, call it obese. I mix it like my homes, then I tell them go deep. The rags top drop, playing hide and go seek.
How y'all like that shit? Calypso killing a motherfucking game. And we man, we cold in our 40s around this bitch. Do you understand we are discovering who we are as a new people? And it's on a continuum. So on a day-to-day basis, we're discovering a whole nother aspect of ourselves, a whole nother skill set, a whole nother algorithm that's encoded in our whole vessel. So do you understand who you really moving with and who you want to move against? Understand we are different people. We ain't like nobody else. Kendrick told y'all that shit. That's why he on this album too. Trying to turn his camera off. I'm trying to lay it. I want to talk directly to you. I want to speak to you. Fuck the green screen. Fuck all that shit. Yeah, it ain't working right now. Who cares? I'm still talking to you. You dig? Let me put this shit away. Y'all, I ain't got no dirty garage. So let me go listen to this shit. And let me straight back up for you. Y'all gonna fuck with this for real. Check it out. I'm gonna go back up. Let's go.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here.
When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. Already seen the diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. Fucking with P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it. Smoke, so be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. CLIP, SEFB, 8-ball LV. I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. I'm on a gram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping into Seppi. Catch her, $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 of them, call me Andretti. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti, then I'm foiling your bitch like she is spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too, if you want a blue like belly. Lot of jetting, product betting, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what, Papa Heaven. Fuck around and get your
Boys
body
are off the
trying to
chain,
test
real.
me. Cause niggas that I'm with like the drug.
They're off the chain. Check it out. I gotta bring you to the next whip moment. Let me pause that because I know y'all want more. I know y'all want more of that, but let me get to the next whip moment for real. The way I put my goddamn phone. Here we go. All right, check it out. Here we go. Next whip moment that we have is two-faced love. Two-faced love and gutter sex. You understand that? Oh my goodness. You talk about the America's infatuation with my grandmother Pocahontas. Oh my God. This is the infatuation. The infatuation. The infatuation of this so-called already egalitarian society that says, hey, I want in on your game. The world plays a game called colonization now. I'm like, no, we ain't never heard of colonization. You don't know what that's about. So what do you mean? It's the hottest thing in the market. I come, screw you, you screw me, we fight, we fuck, we see who come out on top. No, that's not our kind of game. I like sort of a more of a way that makes sense. Well, how do you do things? Talk to me. How do you do things? Well, it doesn't have anything to do with all that bullshit you talking about. I don't even know you. Well, we stink. We need help. We're fucking awesome if you get to know us. Well, I don't think so. You're all disrespectful now. Your hyperism, you got greed in your eyes. All this devilment going on with you. All of this kind of deceit. I could tell you shit. I'm gonna have to go to war with you anyway. It's inevitable. Yeah, this is our manifest destiny. Damn right, you're gonna go to war with us. You're gonna fight with us or not? Huh? Damn. Everybody loves you. Everybody wants you. Everybody wants to be a part of this land. Somebody's gonna take it. Shit. Well, I guess the game is on then. So I guess we gonna damn fight. But you know one other thing? I killed my father. So when I kill my father, you know I can kill you too. Good luck, young fella. They ain't believe these motherfuckers, man. We went good for a while. They start telling about their behavior and you don't smell well. And you have to tell them things and they're not accustomed to being offended by telling them you smell some kind of way, all these type of things. So the reason why we can have the audacity to produce such beautiful music, because music are tales about actuals, real events that has happened, and they're really traumatic, and they're really kind of, it's the awesome of music, and that's what a lot of, that's why this is really experienced more for a European or a Caucasian than it is for a Black American. They don't listen to it. They say, I got a new idea. We say, oh, well, okay. That ain't. Don't tell me it's not gonna work out. You're negative. No, I'm not negative. I'm realistic. You're crazy. Well, why don't you tell me then? So when we tell you and you're successful, we don't get no money. So that's why we just give you toys to keep you out of trouble. That's basically the Black American's job in America give, white men or white people ideologies to keep them from being destructive. They know this. They know who their mom and their daddies are. So we're gonna have to come into a real conclusion soon. It's the lies versus the truth. The lies versus the truth. Lies versus the truth. You really gonna keep telling the world that you were this so amazing and that we had such this relationship and all this propaganda that is showing up all over the world because this is how you wanted it. Come on. Quit acting as if that's foreign to what you understand. You carved all this shit out for yourself. And now you want us to say, this is our land. And you're just a happenstance. You understand? So, do we want to save ourselves? Goddamn right, but you have to listen. You cannot be in control. You are not the ruler. You can't go back and say, well, this is what they taught me. No, we don't want them type of relationships anymore. We don't want diversity, ethics, inclusion. That's for foreigners and people with black colleges that were for Africans that said the African and the European came here together. Don't you understand when that African ain't like it? He went to Liberia. He said, I don't want to be in Europe, and I don't want to be in America. That African had so much power because they came here together. That's why they had. He said, no, my kids ain't gonna be educated by these copper colored people, these savage bastards. We gonna fix them together, and that's what we know. That's why black Africans come here and only want to talk about whites, and whites only perpetuate how bad and how awful black Americans are. It's like always a shift change in dynamics and stories. So you tell untruths so that you can specify why you do the things you do. When I've never done anything to you but give you life. Yeah, that's about right. The only thing the black American has ever gave a European and any other person that gave him was life, uh, culture, uh, morals, mannerisms, and every other thing that the whites, they gave you the light version. So they said we have to be the whites are actually the upper class of us wonderful people. So we played the little game too for a while until it just never paid out for us because we understood they really believe. That's why they shut your mouth. No, don't talk. What are you saying again? Say it again. Say what you said. I just told you this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, such and such and blah, blah, blah. And this is what has to happen. Shut up. That's kind of how the little game, the little trick. You know how kind of like see black Americans know this growing up when we first had a white friend. We was like, y'all white boys act weird. No, you're not supposed to say certain things, and I'm the boss. No, you're not. I can kick your fucking ass. How you the boss? Huh? Yeah, go tell your mom and your dad that. He's different. So your mom and daddy try to scold a black kid. I bring my mom and daddy out. You see how wicked those people are? You see how aggressive they are? So you trick your kids from inception. Time they meet a black kid and they throw their hocus pocus like you do, acting like you in charge off the top of the situation. And me, as a black kid, I was like, I don't even understand anything you talking about. How the hell you become in charge when I'm bigger and stronger than you? And I can literally kick your ass. I'm the boss. You can never be the boss. You ain't shit. They tell their mom and dad. They invite me over for dinner. We eat spaghetti. They ain't got no meat in their spaghetti. Shit! It was disgusting. They had spaghetti with zucchini and no meat. I'm used to spaghetti, ground beef, goddamn mushrooms, bell pepper, onion.
fries. Sometimes some sausage in that bitch if I'm feeling like I want to get real full with a good old salad with some blue cheese and Parmesan cheese and good old thick ass Texas toast in this bitch. That's what I like. But this is a real story. It's verifiable. The most atrocious spaghetti, and it was cold. Oh fuck, it was awful. It was like she just took the ragu out and boiled it for like 5 minutes, boiled the noodles, and and goddamn made the noodles very mushy, and put the sauce on them and said this is and put the sauce over and shit and like that. But I said this is fucked up. This ain't bare minimum and soggy and sorry and fucked up and disgusting. I don't know what the fuck is. I swear to God, it's awful. I knew the difference. So all I'm saying is that's just the third good moment of the show. I'm not gonna keep going too long. I gotta go back into this clip because I know you love it. Give me a second. I'm gonna play some more. Damn, I know y'all want it. Yeah.
This is culture.
No. Hey, that's right. Hey, let's go.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't riot, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Cali. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that, you ain't average. Y'all tweet, bird talk, we all Paris. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas. 21, the salute, we been savage. Tag 'em up, add 'em up, them niggas average. Fly 'em in, fly 'em out, only the bad. If I had 'em, then you had it, you never mattered. Wish upon the stars on my roof, they all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first key up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them, you know what happens.
This is culture.
No. So weird, so weird. Smoke. So weird. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Heard Utopia had moved right up the
All right.
street.
Moving on to
And
the next song for
Papa,
sure.
she ain't need you.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose mold. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P. Niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy.
All right. I'm coming back on camera. With the next book moment. Okay. I'm coming back. I'm here. All right. That is Fado. I love to see. See, the thing is, hip hop was actually viewed as a young man's game, young man's culture, young man's, young man. But when it comes to storytelling under a beat and a rhythm, if it ever came to poetry, does that age? No. Does rhyming under a beat age? No. It's actually becoming more sophisticated and grown up. So if you don't understand the elements of real hip hop, you don't understand hip hop. It's not grunge. It's not drill rap. So I'm very appreciative of you creating your own lanes and your own genres. I appreciate that more because then I understand that you don't understand hip hop. You know you don't know the culture. You know you don't understand the Sugar Hill Gang from so on and so forth. So even when you plug and pick at a diddler, the diddler knows music. The diddler is the devil. The devil knows, you know. But so does who's the creator of all? See, music isn't supposed to be perverted. It's supposed to be played and dealt with at certain megahertz. I know that sounds contradictory to what I'm doing tonight, but at the end of the day, it's music and it's what cultural essence is. So when you are a culturally dominated society like the Black Americans, which I tell you there are two Americas, they are a dominant society, and there's the dominantly society. There's the dominant society that dominates the culture globally. Those are Black American Indians. Those are Black Americans. Foundational Black Americans. Those are Black Americans that only identify as such. So when you hear Clips or Nas or Jeezy, or T.I., or even when Gucci, when you Calypso is like, what they're doing right now is what Jeezy did a couple years ago, what Nas did a couple years ago, what foreigner Jim Jones can never do, because he's a cultural appropriator. And the crew that he ran with when the times were in Afro and Afro Latinas, and we were all cool, like the Fat Joes of the world. Fat Joe probably on his driver's license is Caucasian, and Fat Joe feels like he's an Afro Latino. You an identifier doesn't make you an actual. You're a cultural appropriator, offender when you're ready. You offend Black Americans when you get good and ready. That's you have a despicable nature. Do well with your court cases. Anyway, the next what moment is yeah. Let me finish. Let me do the gutter sex part. So every time Black Americans are in a sexual relationship, and shout out to Tariq Nasheed for talking about this in his books, and also building a mass amount of commentary, which brings validation to when Black Americans, specifically Black American Indians, are in relationship with other races. That's what you call gutter sex. You participate in those relationships where you in some of your lowest moments, when you are in a moment of destitute, not feeling yourself, not feeling your accomplishments, not feeling who you want to be and who you're trying to be. And when you discover new things and when you find refuge in other people, I hope you understand that situation is trauma filled. It has a trauma associated with it. I hope you know each other from the root when you do participate, because that makes a better relationship. But if you do not participate from that perspective of the situation, meaning when you are doing good in life, when life is good for you and good for the other person, when you are going through hell and high water, you really think that relationship that you are in is good? No. It's a gutter situation. It's a drama-filled trauma situation. And if you bring kids into this world with that type of trauma, then you know you are the creator of your situation and your children's situation as well. Good luck. Anyway, next what moment? Not to say interracial relationships are bad. If you understand what I was saying, you understand the fruit of what I was saying. Make decisions under good circumstances, not traumatic ones. Next what moment? Intentional verbal abuse. So that's another goes back to that. I can school you, tell you who you're supposed to be, who I think you need to be, and you should listen to me. No, no, we don't. We don't share the same specific circumstances. I would love to understand where you're coming from, and I understand the trauma that you have been through. But what you want to do to me what's been done to you, and I don't share the same sentiments. You want to make me a servant in my own home. You associate being served as high order. Petty, foolish person. Service is the person that actually makes sure you're okay and make it home. Okay? See, there are a lot of mannerisms that we don't share. We don't think the same because we don't communicate enough. A lot of Black people do a lot of assuming, and we make a lot of assumptions because we assume we are a monolith, even as a collective. What I would advise is to understand the strength in your specific individualism so that you can learn something valuable. I'm gonna get back to the music. That was a little deep for some of you, but let's get back to some shit that y'all like. Okay, I'm going off camera. Here we go.
How could you and me be? Ever seen his peers can't compare, you just see. Don't you know these clears in my ears, only VVs? Play musical chairs like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha. Reaching for Akasha. Never leaving home without my peace like I'm Mahatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you're like at the Oscars. Persona non grata, mi casa su casa. Drugs kill my team spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, I was Alibaba. Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Umbrella in my rolls, macro one that's in this mata. Listen, you are not I, cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. Ballerinas, doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose moles.
Let's go. Man. We're talking about lyricists here. We're talking about people that have a specific skill set to just use words as a way of telling stories. Rhythmic, soul settling as well. It's quite a rhythmic tale, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be. That's why it's called hip hop. It makes you understand how to think about how to formulate yourself into something that you're supposed to be. Kind of like a real this podcast, like being the best version of yourself. So you have to really, hip hop is really what you would call the art of reflection. Reflecting art that you can project. Reflective art that you can project. However way you want to. It's a freedom method. It's a sounding board. Kind of like a podcast. Kind of like any media tool. Journalists think they're special. They learn the art of how to do what I'm doing. Looking at a camera. I don't do a lot of reading of daily material simply because I think there is a plethora of things to find in antiquity. Stories. Stories that vibrate way higher from the past that were muffled and shuffled out that we don't know today. So that's why I'm so headstrong on you understanding who I am because I expect you to do the same. If you was an American like I am, if you was an American Indian like I am, or whoever you are, I expect for me to learn you from the root, not where you want me to learn you from. Therefore, I can dare to have a proper exchange with you without being weary of you. And looking at you is strange. So let me get you to the next book moment. I'm sorry, I have to let you know where I'm coming from sometimes. You understand? Let's get to the next book moment. The next book moment. Believe propaganda that you have physically and witness what's not true. I want you to do yourself a favor. When you stop viewing me, I want you to go and find out how many white Americans and European Americans have said, "Oh, Black Americans." Let me fix my mic. They say Black Americans some of the most magical, greatest people I've ever known. If you ever look at, as a matter of fact, I got a partner of mine coming to see me tomorrow. His name is Rodney Johnson. And by the name, you would probably think he was black. Well, he's a redhead. We've been knowing each other for damn near 30 years. That's my friend. Are you serious? See, the problem with, I think the biggest issue with Latin America is they got hung up on trying to, progress. And they even saw some intricacies in relationships between black and whites in America that they said, well, goddamn, they're very peculiar. I want that. I can do a better job than he can. He gives you his mouth. I will kiss your ass. And we're like, kissing their ass is like taking a whole half or less. Yes, because we live together. We love each other so much. No, you can't afford to live here and progress like we have, so you cheat, you rob, and you funnel. And this is not all. I refuse to ever think everybody is such a grotesque being. That's see, the human behavior goes both ways. You have people that are grotesque and evil, and you have good people from all across the globe. I refuse to tell you that the only good people on the planet are black Americans. Do you know how long it took us to understand how we was fucking each other over because we loved other people so much? See, that all goes back to that specific equation of being so nice to foreigners. That's what I think melanated people globally suffer from. You come to see us? Yeah, we come to see y'all. Fuck y'all up real good, baby. Yeah, we got some suckers. Oh. We finna go have some, they want to do filthy shit. We finna go have some gutters, us going on. We about to go have a ball. And we gonna laugh about a good 5 years. Then we gonna start being real destructive. See, that's the game. That European boy, that's that's the game. That's their game. But that game, when everybody know your game, see the problem with that game is that shit run thin after about 500 years. And guess who tell on y'all the most? As soon as white people knew they can tell on white folks, they started telling on them. They said, I don't want no part of this inhumane shit. I'm tired. So the flux of people that chose to be white adjacent. You got white folks that don't no. I would advise you not to be white adjacent. That's white people, not me. The reason why I don't play clips because I advise you to look it up for yourself. The will is, I am a YouTube connoisseur. I study. I study sociology. I study people granularly. All cultures, just like all cultures study Americans, Americans should start studying all cultures. All eyes are on you, America. You just have to be the standout. But the way we standing out right now is completely goddamn. Oh, I'm I'm not apologizing for some shit I ain't do. Sorry, that wasn't gonna happen. Ha! Shit no. Anyway, the next whip moment because it's getting late. And how much I'm running out of battery. All right, let's get to the next whip moment. Telling untruths about your homeland. Yeah, let a damn African tell it and let an Indian tell it. Oh, I am royal. I am this. I am that. Oh, shut the fuck. You are a fucking girl. Go hurt her. You came here to do better, and that's what you did. Some of you are hustlers and some of you not. Some of you are swindlers and some of you not. That's just not true. But when I hear some shit about a dowry, when a daughter of a Nigerian marries a foreigner, and the shit that goes to, that, man, watching people's cultures on TV right now is some of the most entertaining shit on the fucking planet. I would never give no goddamn girl no fucking dowry. Now when I got these beautiful, gorgeous, copper colored, any color I want. If I like them red, I take them red. If I like them pecan tin, if I want a snickerdoodle, what else? I mean, we got a specific array, and they come in all of them. They like ice cream cones. Yeah. Some of them got a little strawberry in them. Ooh. Oh man. Some of them red hairs and black, blue eyes, dark skin. Oh my God, America. I love you, America. And I love American women. I love women. I think women, first of all, let's be clear. I think women are gorgeous and beautiful globally of all races and ethnicities. Let's be clear. I ain't blind, and neither are a lot of these all this jungle fever out here. Boy, y'all, woo-wee. Yeah, there's a whole lot of hankering going on. People got a lot of taste. It's fine, man. All I'm saying is, when you stand for something, have fun, but know who you are and understand the America that you want to really walk into. Now, me personally, I think, just like my parents do, when you build something with someone, understand that the society that you're going to grow up in has to be fruitful. You don't want to raise your damn children around hateful fucking people. You want to give them a better life. And you want to pay attention to what your children gravitate towards, not just you. They are the future. You should guide them. So let's get back to some clips, man. I mean, this is what they really talk about. I mean, I know it's a lot of profane shit that you may think is going on, but goddamn, no, this shit's good. This is real good music. So let's keep going. Let's keep on goddamn cooking, you dig? Let's play some more shit. I'm gonna go off camera. And the next time I come back on, I'm done. That's the show. That's the show. That's the show. So I'm gonna just do this last little run. And when I come back on, that's gonna be the show. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy what these men have accomplished, because this is real hip hop, real music, real life stories. This is what we do. I'm so proud of them. This is epic. This is fruitful music. This is how I felt when goddamn King's Disease came out. 1, 2, and 3 when Magic came out. 1, 2, and 3, not so much 3. But this is what happened when Killer Mike dropped. And I love this album. I got that same shit with this. Ooh, I got it. I got that same feeling. Because we young men, we're silver foxes. We're just getting better, older. We're actually aging backwards. So let me continue to play this beautiful stuff. Man, this fucking epic, man. Oh my God. I'm going off camera too. So here we go.
How I'm doing? All things considered, let's be specific. My mama cheek, I miss it. I wanna kiss it. Now I just asking for siblings. I know we missed it. V miscarried, we hit it. I'm glad he missed it. 100,000 a maybe, you stick with it. Pre-order the strollers, I'll face in it. I pays for my store with the baby in it. If the sky's not your limit, you'll never get it. Turn niggas statistics, I'm so sadistic. So religious, that's so malicious. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing niggas for riches, like fourth the nations. Pay attention and listen, the snakes hissing. Niggas is writing statements and say they didn't. Dreamer taking you down, they hate it. Wanna show you around, but they Jay Princeton. Riches replace all the passions. Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls for tomorrow. Fuck out money, I ain't tryna borrow. Blow a budget, like fucking. We gon' tuck and tell it all. Fall down when this chess game is played smarter. Swear this life is so awesome. All things considered, I've been forgiven. How to pack through blizzard in Honda Civics. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama the children, it took a village. Writing was on the wall like hieroglyphics. My circle split up the pie, that's long division. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. This is behind the glass, my mirror image. Skin is blemished, names were mentioned. Explain the sentence, the pain is endless. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. Guns Czechoslovakia, it starts an engine. The only sin left is to fake with visions. Made my exit, just to make my entrance. Revolving door, maybe I can make a difference. Riches replace all the passions. Dior slides made of iguana. Stuff the walls.
y'all. They got another track on here with Nas. I'm about to find that track because shit, it's just worth listening to, man. This album is so goddamn epic that I think people really understand the oh shit, I done broke this damn shit. Anyway, let's do this. What we're gonna still do is rock. Do what we need to do tonight. Because my mic stand just popped off. So give me a second. How about that one? I knew that motherfucker's gonna fuck up anyway. Let me get back to my mic. Yeah, we back. We back on the mic for sure. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get to the next song.
I mean, the hills like bright in the sea. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean,
Nah, nigga.
I remember late nights, busy hallways driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll. They waiting on fate for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust them out where the pipe go. They try but couldn't love you enough. There's music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you reading up with us, then your credit score gotta be FICO. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really will power when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Had my man shoot your block, I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep frontin' for your bitches, cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in the month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling him maestro, cause time that heavy can crush. When you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering, die slow. The last word you hear in the trunk. You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go.
when we are together, we got power.
We got to get through the album.
About what the man got. The season, what we need.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is, with an apron that's whiter than the culturally inappropriate. Spread distribution wide open. Now all the smokers call him Moses. Hair on browner than baby roaches. Got your bitch bent over like scoliosis. Watching Tiafa with the open. That's the only back and forth that I'm posting. We really netted what we grossing. By the way, I'm writing this on the ocean. By the way, I'm in it 'cause it's frozen. By the way, the seekers be alone. By the way, the stinkers really chosen.
We got to get through the album, folks. Yeah. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna go. We finna get here, y'all. We got to get to the album.
It's always the loud mouth that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the safe mouth. Talk about it. Bring all the watches and the chains out. Heat come, I'm De Niro, I got the safe house.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Surrounded by niggas with tears that don't drip. Talk about that ain't the ghost that you appear to go get. Finally got the courage, but you still a whole bitch. The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Every move intentional, the links is atypical. Like baseball and DR. You know what the stick will do.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We got the drop on your shadow. You know we can get to you. The pin to express my dreams and expertise in text I squeeze. Coke spots all over like leprosy. It's a dark spirit tucked behind the flesh you see. Got every single word of the hex I need. The death I breathe, the death I see. the coffin wood on you. Closed casket cause I'm only seeking wolves on you. Berlin at a horsepower, put them hooves on you. Blow a $500,000 LV leather goods on you. We've been doing this for years.
Real lyricist.
While you thirsty trying to figure out who you can spill a tea on. I'm in coffee fields, making meals. You get the chills, cause this shit is real. Now let me rip it, bow tie your surprise. The feeling that you get when you realize it was really you that died and we are so alive. Conspiracy theory, you can't believe it's us. Soul leave your body like a fentanyl rush. Dead on your back with your eyes looking up, chandeliers.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip.
Let's go, Nas.
Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. If that rings loud, it reverberates. It's not fair to them. I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it. Only thing you killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons. I was them deaf and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is a family. We some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses. My principles high. You need a glimpse of me from satellites in orbit. Take sabbaticals on avenues. Bring AKs on vacays when we paddle canoes. Follow the leader, Terminator, hasta la vista, man of the year, Nasir, rockin' chandeliers.
I'm not gonna play no more after that. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna. If you don't understand the essence of this music over here, this is what you call hip hop. This is what you call the essence of Black American indigenous music. I want my global people to understand. Damn these cosplayers that come here. I had a Jamaican on TikTok the other night, and me and this man had a very wonderful, beautiful conversation because he told me one thing. He said, "Yes, yes, you are correct. You are telling the truth. You are who you say you are, and I appreciate you for that. I'm grateful to you." He says, "We gotta come together. We gotta come together." But oh, whoa. I can do it with him. He's in his own homeland and happy. Shows no frustration, no hostility, no ugliness towards me. Last night was a glorious day. Got a young lady hopped on TikTok. She was like, "I'm so happy. I, I'm, I'm monetizing y'all." I was like, "Oh, that's so fucking dope. That's so cold and cool." So, when I go on TikTok playing this show on TikTok tonight, for those that missed it and those that are gonna stay up, I'm gonna play this show on TikTok tonight for the people that don't necessarily go on YouTube. Some people don't go on YouTube. Everybody has their particular platform. I try to pleasure you on all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, YouTube. Of course, you're viewing me now, and I'm so grateful to you. But how about this Calypso album tonight? This is the that's that's soul music, ladies and gentlemen. That's soul music. These men, like, you wouldn't talk shit about somebody playing a trumpet or an instrument, but what if the instrument is your voice? Just like you listen to me, right? You listen to me because probably some of you just like the way I talk. And that's fair and fine. I'm grateful to you because it's a talent, it's a skill set. Everybody can't do it. Everybody can't just sit up here and talk and sound like somebody you want to listen to. And I'm grateful for you for listening to me because that's what you call humility. Yeah, straight up, live and in the flesh. Ain't no background, ain't no real. I can be real with you and comfortable at the same time right here with you because I love you. And I love what I do. I love everything. I love every goddamn thing. I promise you, I love everything I do. I love my job. I love being able to come through for my supervisor. I love being able to come through for my coworkers. I love being able to not be a burden. I always want to be in a position to, say, I got your back. I got you covered. And that ain't got nothing to do with no color thing. People, when y'all gonna get over color? You can't tell me a black American. This is the one thing that black Americans that we know. We got white friends. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you foreigners understand something, and that you probably should know, and that you probably didn't know. But let me give it to you from the root. Sometimes, you understand, there are stories that you don't know about black and white people. All black people got white friends. We all do, and we love them just like we love each other. Because they're not a monolith either. I keep telling you that. But see, the only thing an immigrant want to come and talk to me about is how much the white man is their problem. I'm like, well, why don't you go home and address your problem with the white man that's going on and running rampant in your fucking homeland, because you seem to not have an idea. And you've been here long enough to have one too. So I told you this is the last time I was going to come on, because I'm not going to play no more. I heard everything I wanted to hear. Y'all need to go listen to their album, because what they're really explaining to you is something that's extremely epic, something that they're so authentic. See, that's the difference. The authenticity in people. Why do you think I got 52,000 plus subscribers in 5 months? Because I'm authentic and I try to do my best at that, just that. I don't have all of this fucking glitz and glamour and stuff all the time. I'm going to get better at doing it, but I won't ever be swallowing my spit. Authenticity. I won't ever be nothing but other than who I am, because I don't know how to be nobody else. See, when you really pay attention to you, you don't really give a fuck what nobody else doing. You love you. And you love you so much, you appreciate you. That's when you can get on this camera and be so audacious and appreciative for the love that you gain from all people. Because everybody don't hate you, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you. So as soon as I hear that same person that's a foreigner want to talk bad, want to say, "Oh, white people are just bad." Oh, you stop that shit. Wait, that's a problem. I don't want to hear that shit. That's why I know you ain't from here, because the same person that told you I was bad, you come to me and tell me how bad they is because they treat you like a step stool. That's because you should know that it's your fault. You didn't come here with any dignity. You came here entirely too appreciative, because you can finally do what you saw your European brothers and sisters did, and what your European Asians, your European Euro Asian brethren did. He was like, I finally got that opportunity that Martin Luther King gave us. But the first opportunity you got, you came to spitting and shitting and raising hell, talking about how you could do so much better. And if I had your predicament in your situation, I would never complain. Give me a second. The problem is you don't know the history, but you said, give me a little bit of what they got. Just a little bit of what they got. And I show them how to use it. So I kiss white ass. I do everything I need to do to be successful. I be an ain't shit person. I go against my brother. But you know one thing about that Caucasian? You a tool. He, she, they know black Americans better than the globe too. Why you think they made so much money on us? So now, having such an impact globally, we have put ourselves in a situation to negotiate with our white brothers and sisters without being meddled with. That's what you don't like. That's the one thing you hate that we do. You say they can think good. They think too good, as a matter of fact. They're geniuses. Well, shit. If you knew the history of the Americas, you would know what the white folks know about us. I just told you about that. They're not all a monolith. Some of them are like, God damn. Whew. I love them fucking people. I love when I see their face. I love the fact that they got a smile on their face and they love life so much. After all they've been through, they just so wonderful. They start, some white people, some Caucasians start being like, God damn. So they really don't want to headhunt me? No, that's what them foreigners want to do that you asked invited over here. That's why Trump was like, oh shit, y'all Democrats are something else. Y'all will do anything to a lot of black people, the descendants of slaves, the foundation of black Americans. I even recall Donald Trump saying, they built it all. They really did. They built everything. They really did. And y'all treat them so bad. So, yeah, Donald Trump is a criminal, man. He a lowlife. Well, he has a lot of company, too. I hope y'all understand. See, Donald Trump don't give a fuck about the stage of how people, view him and his situation as far as being he's like a black dude. He got, I know some of y'all not gonna like what I'm saying, but he got a lot of baby mamas. He buried his wife on a golf course. He do all kind of old shit. But a lot of black men got them old kind of audacious ways. I've been accused of being like Donald Trump, and I'm like, how the fuck would you say that when I tell the truth? No, it's not that you don't tell the truth, Danny. You don't give a fuck what you say. Yes, I do. I really do. You just don't give a fuck what I have to say. That's the difference. See, that's why. Oh yeah, I'm about to get the fuck up off here because I've had fun, and you have, and I've had, and I have listened to some music tonight that really helped me, and again, shout out to my brother LJ LaJarvis Brown for saying Danny Willis. Man, you are hip hop. You're a story within yourself. That man has also taught me how to mend uh relationship with friends and put and set my ego aside, set myself aside, set all of that aside. Man, you, man. And I said, man, you so right. And I'm gonna tell that man right here to his face, I appreciate you so much. That's accountability. That's when brothers love. That's when that's a brother's love. To hold his brother accountable to say, guess what you can do? You can fix that. And shout out to my brother, E. Hill. Another one of my brothers. Man, I've been working with them guys and knowing them guys for damn near 20 years. Those are my friends. Still my friends. You're never too big for your friends. Always appreciate your friends, people. Your day ones. Folks that help you made it through everything in goddamn life. I'm going to get the hell up out of here. This is the Willis Podcast. And don't you ever forget, knowing your roots strengthens your will. That's why the will is yours. And that's what brings us to the closing of the show. Check it out, y'all. The will. Let me run that back. This is my favorite part. Let me do that again. The will is yours. Throw the elbow in that bitch. Sometimes we don't think a motherfucker, they think you're going to punch him. You might hit him with that good old elbow. You can't escape ferociousness. Man, we love you here at the Realist Podcast. You awesome, and you should acknowledge and appreciate that. We love you guys. Keep tuning in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. We are a universal show. We're about the discovery of you, the best version of yourself. So therefore, when you go out and represent for who you are and your people, they see you for who you are, and they appreciate you, love you just like you love them. Let's alleviate the racial connotations
It's a disease.